Greetings once again, all of you titans rumbling across the planet right now. Duuz-Diz-Din, back at it again with Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin, with the first of two one-hour specials to cap off the end of the series. Previously, we got to understand the tipping point that caused Eren to plot the downfall of the rest of humanity, visiting Marley and seeing the kindness that was there, but also the prejudice, the constant us versus them mentality, present in every facet of Marleyan life, and the life outside the walls in general, with Mikasa wondering if maybe things could have turned out differently, if there was anything they could have done to change Eren's mind. But the road Eren took was long, arduous, and thoroughly planned out. He explored every possibility, from Yelena to Flock to Historia, manipulating some, using others, and confiding in few, and that has brought us here to the rumbling, as an army of wall titans march across the very globe, flattening everything in their path, destroying an entire fleet of ships as they reach land and rumble across it. All will be trampled, few will survive. Who will live? Who will die? And can Eren be stopped? Should he? Join me as I find out, won't you? I'll see you later, Eren. Oh, I know what that scene is. Huh? Mikasa, let's head back. What am I doing here? You're so out of it. Were you sound asleep? It's just I had feel like I had a really long dream. What was it about? This is familiar. I can't remember. Eren, why are you crying? Why indeed? Chapter 1. The Rumbling. Listen, huh? Me and you are the only ones who know where this is. I'm gonna stash money here until the sack is full. Then we'll have enough for everyone to be able to live someplace nice. He got his hand cut off for stealing, didn't he? Amazing. If you keep this up, someday you'll lose your left hand too. You shouldn't make Grandpa any sadder, but someone has to do this. With all of us stuck in those shabby tents, it's so hard to survive the winter. People will keep dying every year. So if I die, please give this money to everyone for me. Amazing. Hide it. What's going on? The town people are fleeing. Why? Oh, you'll hear it soon enough. Jeez. And all you see is a cloud of steam. The tunnel just pops into view. Later. Though I'm not sure exactly how far in the future I massacre these people. Before too long, they'll all die. I like the fact that he's never too certain how far in the future it'll happen. He knows it'll happen, just not when. Now, I killed them. It's already determined that I do. I imagine we never found a way for Paradise Island to survive. Everything here will be gone. The homes, the people, the animals, people's lives, their dreams. What would Mom think? Shouldn't we Eldians be the ones to die? In the same way the King of the Walls chose a path that led to death. At the very least, the death toll on the island would be but a fraction of the rest of the world. It's also true that if Eldia completely die out, the Titan problem will go away. I just can't accept things ending that way. Yeah. Oh, this scene. Ooh, I've seen it in memories of the future. Most likely. I saved this kid. The kid's a foreign refugee and a serial pickpocket. This is where we do business. In other words, for us, this is pest control. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Get lost. Yeah, that's true. What am I thinking? I eventually killed this kid too. Who do I think I am? Oh, jeez. I've committed horrible acts of violence. I have no business acting like a righteous person. So he did do something different. Oh no, it appears the future doesn't change. I'm the same as you right now. A half-assed piece of shit. No, that's wrong. I'm worse than that. I'm sorry. I'm so... Why are you crying? Man, that juxtaposition. Ramsey, hurry, come with us. Ramsey. Jeez. Run. Why are there titans? The mountains. Head for higher ground. There's no use. Look there. The titans are in the mountains too. Heaven help us. We're done for. There's nowhere to escape to. Did the Marlians flee without warning us? They're too fast. As at least save the children. Ramsey, are we gonna get stepped on and crushed? It's not gonna happen. Don't give up. Jeez. To save the island, to save Eldia. But there's more to this. Jeez. The money. The reality of the world outside the walls was different from the world I dreamed of. Hello. Jeez. It was different from the world I saw in Armin's book. And I learned humanity was alive outside the walls. Oof. I was disappointed. I wanted this. I wanted to wipe everything away. I'm sorry. Jeez. I'm so sorry. Jeez. Come on, open the gates, please let us in. Yeah, like, Even with closed gates, what would you even do? Yeah, the gate's open. Like, God. Oh, here too, huh? Jeez. Hello? Is somebody there? Anybody? Oh, dear. The grandparents. It's here, isn't it? Judgment Day has come for us. Jeez. Oh. Oof. Oh, jeez. Yeah, looting. The fire set in their wake. It's bad enough the stomping, but they light everything ablaze as they walk too. Like, it's like, what do you do after a certain point? All of Marley. Yeah, yeah. Jeez. Friggin' desperation. Freaking killing themselves for a chance to escape. And there he is. It's so awkward to look at, but it's also just so disturbing. Like a freaking eldritch monster. From the moment I was born, there was always a stifling wall looming before me. Fiery water, lands of ice, sand, snowfields. Jeez, the people who witnessed these things. Yeah, like, honestly, if I was met with this, yeah, it'd just be like, nope, done. We're the ones that had obtained the greatest freedom in the world. This is freedom. We finally arrived at this view. Yep, and it's paved with blood and bone. Haven't we, Armin? Man, are your wounds healed now? Annie? Oh yeah, after he was shot during the escape. Yeah, since we've had some time. I never imagined we'd be able to relax like this. Want to sit with me? I've been meaning to thank you, for coming to talk to me for years. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I was so lonely I thought I'd go crazy. Hearing from you and Hitch was the only joy I had. Annie, but why did you choose to spend time chatting with a rock that never responded? There were more cheerful and pleasant girls to talk to, right? That's not the issue. It was because I wanted to see you, Annie. How weird. I always found this relationship kind of weird. Because it's just like, oh, not the direction I ever would have thought that would go. How come? What? You really don't know? I don't know how much Hitch teased me. I don't know. What am I even doing? Right now, thousands, if not hundreds of millions, are being trampled to death all across the world, and we're... Do you believe love can bloom on the battlefield? I know. You're talking to an enemy like me because you're a good person, right? For the same reason you won't give up on talking things out with Aaron. I couldn't have woken up at any moment. Turn into a monster was another way to avoid a conflict, right? Don't get it. Also, I told you this before, but I really do hate the phrase good person. I killed a huge number of people, including civilians, even children, and now I've made a choice that betrays the people of my island. And I've killed friends. I've long since become a monster too. Some part of me thought that one day, the promise Aaron and I made to explore unknown worlds together would become a reality. The unknown world wasn't what it was cracked up to be, right? Yeah, it was different from the world we dreamed of, but still fascinating, right? I want to believe there must still be something beyond the walls that we don't know about. Quiet, isn't it? The resident of Odea must already have fled south, seeing how every ship is gone. Well, then... we're in the Azumabita clan's hands. Yes, and we shall do whatever it takes to launch a flying boat into the air. Remove the cover. Hurry! There's explosive in the way. Let's cut them off and toss them. Wait, we might be able to use them. Let's load them onto the flying boat, right? You never know. How could that be? They're all dead. Commander Magath, my family in Libelio, all of them? Roman has already destroyed the majority of the continent of Marley. And what do we do now? What will we do? There's nobody else. I'm sorry, I don't know. Yeah, that's not really something you just like, what do we do? Like, dude, if I had any kind of clue, I'd tell you. Check your equipment. You're still not used to the new ODM gear, are you? Go with Runner and zip around over there to get accustomed. Why? We should do things we can, so... I believe I told you I'm backing out. You don't even intend to get into the flying boat either? Sorry, but I'm staying behind, wanting to save humanity. I don't really get that. If anything, us Eldians and Marley were persecuted by the humanity you want to save from the moment we were born. Even if pathetically the rumbling stopped now, with Marley gone, there's no one left to protect the Eldians. I truly do feel sorry about this, when they're putting everything towards a slim hope of saving their homeland. But I can't fight anymore. I want to spend the time I have left living peacefully. When did this happen? When did what happen? Okay, I get it. Get what? You don't have to suffer anymore. You know, it's also funny because as time has gone on, Mikasa has gained more of her own opinion on certain things. But Armin is going to board the flying boat with us and help for Aaron. I know. What about you? What do you want? Are you going to kill Eren to save humanity? I won't kill him. Eren's gone far away. I'm bringing him back. That's all I'm doing. By the way, did you lose your scarf? I haven't. This is crazy. You should still be in bed. Stay in bed? If I lie down any longer, you shits are gonna forget all about me. It's like, don't forget how cool I am. And that bearded bitch who passed out after her arm was broken is awake. I'll be damned if I don't make her tell us what Eren's doing. Ugh. Ah, centipede. Assuming a global combined fleet sets out to attack Paradise Island, it would gather here at Kyojin Naval Port after the raid on Liberia. You give them a month's time to rally the global alliance. Then you gain control of the founding titan by making contact with Zeke and activate the limited rumbling. The several hundred titans in the Shiganshina section of the outer wall should be able to take them out with ease. Is that the only target? Will that be enough to keep Paradise Island untouched for decades? A nation that loses its fleet will be driven to economic collapse. If that happens, all the major nations, it should be more than sufficient blow. If I had to pick another target, it would be the fortress in Marley's southern mountain. The airship research base here is of some concern. Most likely that is Eren's second target, Fort Salta. True, if he knew of the existence of weapons that had the slightest chance of harming the founding titan, I expect his next stop after Council Naval Port, he'll go to destroy the airship. You answered mightily obediently. I have a request for all of you. Please acknowledge something. Zeke was defeated, but he was right. The only solution to the 2 millennium spanning Eldian problem was the euthanization plan. I'm sure you can see that in the wake of this disaster. Yeah, I admit it. I wasn't able to show Eren any solution, or hope, or a future. It does suck, because it's just like, yeah, I didn't have any other answer. What Eren is doing, I didn't have an answer to that. What Zeke is doing, I don't have an answer to that. That's why there's so many interesting opinions floating around online, or in the comment sections of Crunchyroll, where I'm watching this right now. Like, the opinions on this are a bit jarring, but at the same time, they're the opinions of people posted online, where people are the worst version of themselves in a lot of ways. Would I have had a solution for Eren? Nah, but I could never have gone along with what he's doing. And too many people were using using Paradise as a scapegoat in a lot of ways too. All they had to do was leave this place alone, and death never would have came walking to their doorstep. But then the Eldians of Marley still would have suffered, right? Someone would always suffer. I admit my powerlessness. Please, this is the last of the fuel we brought on the ship. Go ahead and leave it there. Jeez. It's so weird seeing a plane in this series. I remember the days of people saying that, with planes and aircrafts, Titans wouldn't be so much of a problem. Yeah, no, you were right about that. But in other capacities, there's still a problem. If we had more advanced technology here, it wouldn't be so much of an issue. That's why that Attack on Titan versus Marvel Universe was such a weird thing, because it's just like, dude, Marvel superheroes would easily take down the Titans in droves. Please take those 2 with you. Being on a ship won't really guarantee their safety, but it's better than taking them on the flying boat. I don't mind doing so, of course, but will they accept that? I'll confine them in their cabin. Don't let them out until the flying boat takes off. What about you? I have to repay my fallen comrades. I'll perform my role as a warrior. Hanji, in about an hour we can begin preparations for takeoff. Got it. Heard the man. Each of you, inspect your gear. Yes, command. Yeah, that's tough. 2 fingers is all I need. I'm ready. So the only one running away. Don't worry about it. From the beginning, you were never subservient to Marley. You don't have a shoulder anything more. All this time, I've wanted to apologize. You and Bertolt, it all goes back to that day, when I continued the mission that started all this. That day, if I had turned back, both you and Bertolt could have gone home and seen your families. It feels presumptuous to even apologize. The ever-regretful Reinar. Yeah, I don't know how many times I decided to kill you only to stop myself. I'm glad you didn't. Take care of Gabby and Falco. Yes, sir. Annie, take care. See you later. So weird to have them smile at each other. Despite everything. Armin, are you alright with this? With what? To be honest, I was relying on her, but Annie has fought enough. It's easier knowing why they did this. Before, when it was just like, they're just mindlessly killing us, but now it's just like, Okay, we get where this was coming from. Doesn't mean everyone forgives her, but there's a lot more understanding. I want Annie to stay, Annie. Are you too sure you want to come with us? Assuming the rumbling stops, aliens won't find themselves in a great position. I hate to admit it, but you were right, Hanji. General McGathel is leaving us a final order to work together and do what needs to be done. Pete, I love to ride on the cart Titan's back sometime and feel its body heat as we... No. That took a sudden, creepy turn. I'd ship it. I see your love of Titans is still unrequited for eyes. We'll be pals soon enough. Eat what you can, while you can. Tell me, Levi, do you think they're all watching? You think we could stand proud before our fallen comrades as we are now? Don't go and start sounding like him. Good. Begin the fueling process. Yes, sir. Thank goodness. We're gonna make it before the rumbling gets here. Flock. Jeez. Tenacious son of a bitch. Flock. Don't tell me you clung to the ship all the way here. Hanji, there are holes in the fuel tank. You can't fly like this. Don't lose hope. If we cover the holes, we can make it work. Get the welding tools. How long will it take? The tin plates. We can do it in an hour, barely. Oh. Damn you, Flock. That sound. Don't tell me. It's here. The rumbling is here. Rumbling, rumbling, it's coming. Don't do it, please don't. Expect the engine. Everyone on the island will be killed. Our devils are our only hope. I love that final moment too, because he's just like, no, I understood that this was evil. I completely understood that this was evil, but it was hope. It's like, that understanding, it's just like, oh, this is absolutely reprehensible, and I will do it to save my home. Like that. I don't know how to take most of that, because it's just like, damn you, Flock. Part of me is happy to see you die, but those final words are kind of haunting. Come on, Flock. He's dead. It's as you said, Flock, but I just can't give up, even if it's hopeless today. Maybe someday. Love it. Just seeing one of the trip. Quiet, let us out. The Titans are on the doorstep, aren't they? Let us out. Open the door. Be quiet. Jeez. Armin, do you have any ideas? Only one. I stay behind and slow them down. It can't be you. You're a sole trump card for stopping Aaron. I'll do it. That's obviously not the play. You can't afford to expend another shred of Titan power. I'm the one who led you this far, and we killed many friends and comrades to get there. I'm taking responsibility for that. Armin Arlet, I hereby designate you the 15th commander of the scouting regiment. Yep, the position calls for a certain quality, a mindset continuously pursuing understanding. There's no one more suitable than you. I leave everyone in your hands. Well, that's that. See ya, everyone. Oh yes, Levi's your underling now, so really put him to work. Hey, Four Eyes, you understand, right, Levi? My turn comes at last. I'm giddy with the desire to make a supremely cool exit. Don't stop what I'm going to. Give your heart to Sagio. That's the first time I've heard you say that. Hanji, Titans truly are marvelous. Oof. Yeah, trip them up. Dude. Oh, this is so wild. Get him in the shins! Get him in the shingekis! It's sealed. Start fueling. Hurry! Hurry! Oof! Jeez. Oh, man. Oh! Ugh. They're right on top of us. There's no more time for fueling. Start the engine. Push the fuselage forward. Shit. They need more time. Oh, no. Yeah, that close to their heat. Jeez. Launch the ship. Grab my hand. Hanji. Jeez. So long, Hanji. Watch us. Man. Flying boat took off. Hanji, you fulfilled your role. All of see, I'm telling you, I really had my hands full after being named commander. With Aaron's idiocy, that is. Yeah. You had it tough. You could tell us all about it. Yeah, chapter 2. I tell you, I really did not want to see Hanji go out like that. I really thought Hanji was gonna make it all the way. I'd talk about going out in a blaze of glory, but still. This is a good time for me to take a brief break. Cut to the next scene. Chapter 2. Sinner. Butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high. The fuel is, yeah. They only managed to fill the tank halfway. Hey, that's better than not at all. Will it get us to Fort Salta? I'll make sure we reach the fortress. This flight is our last hope. and Hanji died giving it to us. I'll deliver you to that base, I swear it. Yeah. Oh, Onyakapon and Hanji really had something special too. That's another reason why I didn't think she'd die, because it's just like, there seemed to be something there, but maybe I was looking too deep into it. So make sure you stop the rumbling, no matter what it takes. We will. We're in your hands, Onyakapon. Now then, let's hammer out our plan. You got it? Commander Armin. Pete, Captain Levi, is this roughly the shape of the founding titan? Yeah. Though I didn't get a great look at it. Basically, it's a humongous bundle of bones that moves like an insect. Yeah, it's freaky. If it's like a normal Titan, Eren would be in the neck near the head. Given the Warhammer's abilities, that's not guaranteed. Yeah, makes it tricky. In other words, we don't know which part Eren is in. He could be in the ass. Literally have his head up his ass. Even if we don't know where he is, we can blast the whole thing away. The same way you annihilated Liberia's port. With the Colossal Titan. That felt like a bit of a low blow, but still, that certainly would be the most effective method. But we'll leave that for after we've exhausted our chance to talk. If there's still no other way to stop Eren, that's our last resort. It's great to have a last resort and all, but isn't Eren controlling the founding Titan founder through Zeke? Won't the rumbling stop if we kill Zeke first? True. That might work. There's no definite proof that Hanji thought it would, but if we don't know Zeke's location either, we'll just have to find that shithead and the beast in those bones. Great big pile of them bones. The looks on their faces like, man, this fuck. I'll take Zeke out. Levi's mood for seasons now. I'ma kill that beast bitch. Help me do it, Captain. Of course. We killed many friends and comrades to get this thing in the sky. We can't allow that slaughter to have been for nothing. Everything is to stop the rumbling. That's another thing that really helps to kind of highlight why they've kind of gotten over a few things with like Annie and Reiner, because it's just like, well, we can't really condemn you for some things you've done, because to try to be the better person in all this, we've killed some friends. So, well, you're not alone in that. So, it's kind of shitty. It really helps you evaluate a few things. I'll do whatever it takes. Like, literally, everyone here has killed a comrade in some way, shape, or form. I think except for Hitch. Jane, I shot Samuel and Daz and sliced up other people I knew. I got called a traitor as I did so, all the while telling myself I was to save the world. Yep, tell me, Reiner. It was agonizing for you both, Hearth and Annie, too, wasn't it? It was like, I finally understand. And it fucking sucks. It's like... It's easy to call someone a piece of shit when you're on the other side. When you've never dirtied your hands in that way. But once you're doing something for your own ideals, and it'd be easier not to, but it's just like, you feel compelled to do it, because it's just like, it seems like it's the right choice, and it's just like, oh, gotta kill my comrades for this, and it's just like, oh boy. Like, it is. Oh man, I do love that, because it's like, I'm not saying you're right in what you did. I still kind of hate you for it, but I understand. And it's terrible. I can't even make up for the sins I committed anymore. Even if we save what remains of humanity, I doubt I'll ever forgive myself. So, well, let's at least save what remains of humanity. You're right, Reiner. Even if we can't make up for it, we still gotta do what we can. That's right. We're the same, Reiner. I never had any right to judge you. I became a murderer to save others, you know. On the night of the raid on Liberia, Eren said the same thing to me. I feel like I understand some of what's going on in Eren's head. Could it be Eren wants us to stop him? What do you mean? I mean, it's just a thought that occurred to me. Something's been bothering me for this whole time. Eren has the power to affect all Titans and Eldians, and yet our ability to use our Titan powers remains unchanged. You mean Eren is purposely giving us free reign? Exactly. He's letting us act freely, as if to test how we respond to what he's doing. Why? We might succeed in stopping the rumbling. It has to be agonizing for him too. Committing mass murder That's not a burden you can just bear. If it was me, I'd be desperate to leave the founding's power with someone else. And if that wasn't possible, I'd want it to end. For someone to end it. What? Oh, that's so jarring. Again? This is... What? Was he listening in? Aaron, please hear me out. This is already enough. I'm sure that no one will be able to attack the island for hundreds of years. The terror and destruction have been just that extreme. If you stop now, we can end all this by agreeing to a non-aggression treaty. You don't have to kill any more people. The island will be okay now. Yeah, that's also the thing. It's just like, look, man, even if we agreed to the whole rumbling, it's like, you're wiping out the world. Not just a few select people. The world. Like, like, it's one thing to take out your enemies, their military power, yada, yada, yada. But this has gone from genocide to an extinction event. There are populations, civilizations, people who probably have no part in any of this, who are not connected to any of the countries involved with what Marley was up to. And it's like, and now you're giving them a reason to fear and hate you. Like, for all the enemies you kill, all the more reason to flatten them all, right? But it's just like, dude, like, this has gone beyond collateral damage. Like, I think that's the biggest reason why I could never agree with this, because it's just like, look, I get it, war and all that. Like, the whole bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki is just like, oof. I don't have enough time in the day to explain how I understand the decision, but I will never agree with it. But this? Yeah, nah, son. I'm sorry, Aaron. We were the ones who drove you to this. Drove you this far. Aaron, we'll figure out the rest. You don't have to keep committing genocide for our sake. That's right, Aaron. I hated you after what happened to Sasha, but in truth, you were hurting too, weren't you? And yet, I didn't even try to see things from your perspective at all. Aaron, I want to shoulder your sins with you. The sins you've committed. We're guilty of them too. So please, don't push this away anymore. Please, Aaron, come back to us. You heard him, Aaron. Do it now, and I'll let you off with just a swift kick in the ass. Well, ain't it about time you said something? And the rumbling will not stop, nor will I leave Paradise Island's future to chance. I will keep moving forward. There. I love the fact that he doesn't even appear as his older self. It's as a child. Huh? Ain't that a kid? Yeah, but that's Aaron. Yeah. Aaron, why refuse, Aaron? You think you can't rely on us? Why do you leave us able to use our Titan powers? We can talk for as long as we want, right? Talk to us. We've always been together. Please don't go any further away. Aaron, in order to obtain freedom, I will take freedom from the world, but I will not take anything from any of you. You all have freedom. You are free to protect the world's freedom, and I am free to keep moving forward. He pulled some Inception bullshit on the, like, running forward and just like, wait, how did we... Huh? As long as we each hold unbending conviction and clash is inevitable, there is but one thing for us to do. Like, not one, but two very angry and sad children. Fight. But then why? Why did you call us here? To discuss the fact that there is no need to have a discussion. That's the most bullshit explanation. If you wish to stop me, make me draw my last breath. You have freedom. What was that? Is everyone okay? They're all strung out. It gets me too, because it's like, so many people were just like, I remember in the comments when I was reading this, people talked about the fact that some of them couldn't understand why Aaron's friends were going against him, and, you know, actually even given the arguments that Flock was making, but it was like, because they don't want this. Not like this. Yes, it's war. You don't want to be oppressed, you don't want to be killed, you don't want your loved ones harmed, but at the same time, there are people like you on the opposite side of this. You know, death, killing, and having it done in your name, that's a lot. That's a lot to have the knowledge of. And sometimes it goes a little too far. Sometimes war isn't just war. It is genocide. It is the killing of innocents. People who never would have wanted any part in a conflict. And there will always be people who could never accept that. Like, I understand when we go to war. You know, especially growing up in a post 9/11 world. But it's like, finding out about some of the stuff we did under the guise of all that, it goes in a lot of weird places, but it's like, there's some stuff that we did that will never sit right with me, but I wasn't involved in the conflict. I didn't go to war. I didn't join in the fight. I wasn't there on the battlefield. But sometimes it takes that perspective to understand when you've taken things a little too far. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass. The down votes in this video will tell me. Looks like I was right. Is there really no way to work this out? Looks like we aren't gonna solve this by talking. What now, Commander? Yeah. Operation Talk to Aaron fell way through. I'm on a boat. Where are we going now? We'll spend the next several days making the voyage to Hirzu. I have faith that Ladies Mikasa Group will hold off the rumbling. However, I expect that Hirzu is already in a state of collapse as a nation. Sounds like there'll be nothing to eat but fish for a while. Hirzu's fish dishes are splendid. Good. Guess there'll be birds to eat too. I'm the one who brought Zeke and Aaron together. I imagine there's nothing I can do to atone for the sin of bringing about this mass slaughter. Then, if you could go back and redo everything, would you refrain from getting involved with the Eldians and watch Paradise die? Time will not turn back. But my sense of regret will never end. I cannot say that I did everything in my power to find a path for Eldia's survival. I treated my client's interests and my family's honor as my greatest duties. Why must we experience loss before we can realize how to respect and value others without putting ourselves first? That is true. Oh, that is so true. Oh, that line. It is only through loss that we can realize to value others. Oh, damn, if that line doesn't hit like a friggin' freight train. Because I'll freely admit, it's like, it's nothing like life ending to anyone, but there are things I've done that you don't realize how far you'll go to get what you want until you've done it. And then you look back on it and be like, I didn't have to do all that. There could have been another way. But now, it's too late. Annie, I had a dream. A dream? Was it from Gilead? It was a dream from Zeke. No, they were memories. If I recall, the female Titan can manifest the abilities of other Titans by taking in part of those Titans, right? Yes, since the female is particularly suited to manifesting, I had to swallow all sorts of stuff. But why does that matter? It's like I thought so. There might be something we could do. No, wait, do you think... Oh, be quiet already. We'll carry some coal or something. Did you say you saw memories from Zeke? Yes, I was turned into a Titan using Zeke's spinal fluid. It seems he's manifested characters of the Beast Titan because of that. I see. Go on. Oh, I never realized that's how it went. Because he had... I didn't realize that's why Falco looked so different. That's why Falco's Jaw Titan is different. That's a weird explanation. The memory I see most often is the memory of flying above the clouds. That's not all. I can do it too. That's how it feels to me. The name Falco had more meaning than you ever realized. Choo-choo, motherfucker, choo-choo. That's Fort Salta. Are there really any airships there? We won't know until we get up there. You really think you could escape by stealing an airship? You Eldians. And he's dead. Watch your mouth, Marlian. It's thanks to us that you haven't been squashed under a Titan's foot. If the airships doesn't work, your family will die in the rumbling. If you betray us, you'll die from my bullet. This is the only way for all of you to live. It doesn't matter if we... chance is slim, we're gonna survive. See, that's Annie's dad. It's like, it's okay, Miss Bro. Those two are strong. Let's share them with Colt and Rhino. What goes on the Devil's Island? How could she survive there? If only she never tried to become a warrior. We could have been together in the end. Rhino, Mr. Finger, throw that armband out the window. This armband is something my daughter earned by sacrificing everything to help me. Oh yeah, Peaks, Dad. Hey, look there. Oh no, the airships. Hey, we can make it if there's even one left. Oh no, hey. What's that fog? It's the rumbling. It's finally caught up to us. Jeez. CGI people. We're screwed. There isn't a single one left. Ain't that about a bitch, no. Not after we made it this far. It's all over. Hey, you gave the old college try. Hold on. Those airships are heading toward the Titans. What does that mean? It's a bombing run. They're gonna blow the Titans away from safety of the skies. They intend to stake the fate of humanity on this. A bombing run? Are we gonna be saved? Attention all airship units and every soldier in this fortress. This fortress will be the last bastion left to humanity. The pressure weighing down on your shoulders is immeasurable. But no matter the result, the responsibility does not lie solely with you. The responsibility for this lies with all of us adults. We took advantage of hate, instilled and fostered it, believing it would bring us salvation. All the problems arising from our faults. We dumped onto the island of devils. As a result, that monster was born. I do love that so many of them are just like, we kind of brought this on ourselves. We poked the bear. We poked the bear hard. And a herd of them came marching out. Now it's marching our hatred right back towards us. And by some miracle, we managed to have a future again. I vow never to repeat the same mistake. Honestly, thinking back, they cut out some of the people dying too. Like, they cut back on a lot of the death scenes of the masses, because there were some scenes in the manga that were bleak. Like, the stuff you saw in the beginning were bad, but like there was even more to the scores of people just dying left, right, and center. Although I think some of what I'm thinking about will probably come out in the next special. Oh, what's on your mind? Oh, the nature of Reiner's birth. Right. Yeah, she went from feeling like, oh, this child is a curse, the desperation, but when he started moving up in the world, it was just greed. Like, oh, I can finally move above my station, can have something better, yada yada yada. This wrong. This whole time, I treated my boy as a tool for revenge. I've still never done a single motherly thing for him. I did the same thing. I hope you will all make the same vow to break away from the air of mutual hatred. Yeah, I love that though. I love it when it's just like, hatred is not something that is born with children. It is fostered onto them by the adults who held it in their heart. The people who have suffered, they push that suffering upon their children, and the children pass it down. The airship units are in formation. We'll begin the bombardment upon reaching the target altitude to create a new world where people take care of each other. Here now, we say farewell to our monster. Oh. And he looked right at you and said, "What's up? The attack titan is taking action. Begin the bombardment." Bombs away. Oh man, here they come. Boom! Boom! Fire and brimstone, baby. They're so high up, the bombs keep missing. Have them continue. Put everything into this attack. Yeah. And now you have flaming titans walking towards you. If you didn't think this was hell before. Oh baby, look at it now. This party is really heating up. Oh, there we go. Ah, Zeke. Wasn't done just yet. And he's like, oh, aerial attacks. That'll take care of everything. It's funny that you thought that. Yep. Ain't that some shit? The airship units have been wiped out. Oh god. I'm sorry, all you innocent children. We failed you. Hey mommy, the Titans are coming this way. I'm scared. I'm so sorry. I'm certain Annie and Reiner are alive on Paradise Island. Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, I love that sound. What is that? Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. The dun dun dun. The dun 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 dun. Damn it, we're running out of fumes. Running out on fumes. I see him. Get ready to jump. On the Yakupon, you get over here too. Not yet. I'm going to tell over the founder. Afterwards, I'll make an emergency landing. So make sure you land on the Founding Titan. Got it? On Yakupon. Oh! Nice flying. The bastard's down there. The damn beast. That saves us the trouble of finding him. Target the beast titan. Put all your power into taking him out. Let's stop the rumbling. Oof. Nice. Oh, I love this. Now! Oof. Bail! Aaron! Yes! This shot is so metal! Nice! Yo! Oh my god. Damn it, I can't land. Essentially flying through trees of bone. Yes! Yes, baby. Ryder. Oh, there we go. Go on, Yakupon, go. And out of gas. Is he gonna make it? The armor titan and even the cart titan. That's ODM gear. Could it be Paradise Island came to stop the rumbling. Yeah, this is your stage, kids. Show the world what you can do. I have another question to ask you. Once we drag you out of there, in what way are you free? Oh man. Oh man. That was fun. That was fun. Ooh, visuals to the ending too? That's the thing too. I get people's problems with the ending, but it's very apparent to me what Isayama is trying to get across, but the fact that so many people have issue with it really tells you how complicated the discussion is. But I've also found that with a lot of series, sometimes what doesn't actually work out for people who read the manga sometimes comes across for people differently when they see it in the anime. And hell, take Demon Slayer. That's a series where the manga pretty much came out in its entirety before the anime came into being. And the anime is so much more popular than the manga ever was, because it's just the way that's interpreted. Oh, this song is called Under the Tree. You have the tree we started out with, Aaron, the tree that Ymir fell into. Oh, that's so clever. Oh, that's good. Just these fascinating little touches here and there. It's funny too, because even at the end of the manga, there were so many different opinions flying around. And man, so much of it was like, it's some hard shit. Watching those kids get trampled in the beginning and Aaron's regret towards it. Everything that Grisha's parents went through, like, oh man, from losing their daughter to their son ultimately becoming a radical, to thinking, oh, well, at least we have our grandson, to him also becoming a radical, and then their other grandson is responsible for their death, locked up in a tiny prison cell. I forgot about that. It is so messed up. The relationship between Armin and Annie, I always feel weird about that. It never dawned on me, but it was that moment towards the end before she was captured and she had that moment talking about Armin. I don't know. Was that supposed to be where Isayama was going with that originally? Weird. I do like the fact that, Reiner, Connie, and John had that moment of just understanding between all of them. Like, oh, this is what you were going through. I don't like what you did, but I'll be damned if I don't understand it a little better now. And Falco being like, I have these dreams of flying. I feel like we should have explored that a little bit more about, consuming certain things can give you different powers. I wish that had come about a little bit more previously. Flock showing up one last time as one last fuck you to the group. Man, fucking Flock. Like the relief I felt when he finally died. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, god damn it. I don't know, it was something about that last moment of Flock just acknowledging, oh no, this is utterly terrible. This is wrong. I understand that. But I'd do it again if it was to save my home. And I'm like, oh wow, damn. Because as terrible as that is, I have to kind of respect that you came right out and said it, man. The death of Hanji always gets me. And we've lost a lot of characters in dramatic fashion and kind of matter-of-fact fashion, but Hanji's just that one character I never thought would die. I don't know why, but I never thought she would die. I thought she'd be there right up until the end. I honestly thought it would be Levi who went out before Hanji. In that moment with Hanji seeing everyone in the afterlife, that last moment just, and there were so many dead. And that moment too of the parents of Annie and Reiner and even Peak like lamenting their children and realizing just how much they foisted on their children out of hatred and desperation. And it's like, what did we do this all for? Why did we even do this? Here at the end, it's like realizing what I did to my children, what I forced them to do. I don't even get to say goodbye to them. And that one commander giving that speech, he could have said anything at the end, but to choose to be like, oh no, we brought this on ourselves. Make no mistake about it. Like, I want all of you to understand. No, I know what we've done, but I know what we've done. And that moment too, of the parents of Annie and Reiner, and even Peak, like lamenting their children and realizing just how much they foisted on their children out of hatred and desperation. And it's like, what did we do this all for? Why did we even do this? Here at the end, it's like realizing what I did to my children, what I forced them to do. I don't even get to say goodbye to them. I honestly thought it would be Levi who went out before Hanji. In that moment with Hanji seeing everyone in the afterlife, that last moment just, I was complicit in it, and it was terrible. We brought this on ourselves. We went after these people hoping for glory, and all it got us was death. And there will always be that part of me that wishes Wit got to do the entire series, but man, Mappa kills it in a lot of ways. And they really nailed it with everything going on here. Like the emotion, the feeling, the intensity. And Aaron, that moment in the beginning where he was talking to Ramsey, who I completely forgot was also that boy who stole Levi's wallet in the beginning. And then later, for him to have had his hand cut off for stealing, but he was so desperate to try to keep getting as much money as possible, and for things to have ended for that boy there. That boy that, Levi and the others did so much for to help. Man, there's not really much else to really say about any of it. The first scene, man, I wonder what people's opinions are going to be when that happens. I really do have to wonder. But hey, let me know your opinion on it, everything so far. Are you glad that they released things in these hour-long specials? A lot of people thought this is what they were going to do for much of the final seasons, but this feels like a good choice. Just take the time to wrap everything up and not be too restricted by the limitations of a TV airing budget and all that. Makes a lot of sense, but I want to hear from you. If you've gotten this far, maybe my ideals and thoughts have completely turned you off of all that, which I would understand too. We all have our opinions and you're entitled to yours. But until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on the final chapter of the final episode of the final season of the final finale of the final of Attack on Titan Shingeki no Kyojin. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.